Grand rising, grand rising, my brothers and sisters. How y'all doing? This is your brother Chief Flying Eagle. Let us make sure we got audio on Facebook. We about to get into a live, man. Hold on for 1 second, please. We got audio on Facebook. We got audio on Facebook. First things first, want to acknowledge and give thanks to all my ancestors, each and every one of them. You know me, I'm always glorifying the righteous ones, and the unrighteous ones, I appreciate and respect them as well. With that being said, we're about to get into a live build. I'm not going to take too long. I'm going to get right into the information. Okay, this may not be for everybody, but it's for everybody. It depends on your perspective, but I'm only here to give you the message. And like it says in the title, one, you want to stay Black or African American, huh? All right, we'll see. And this is no disrespect, once again, to anyone calling themselves Black or African American. I'm just giving you the truth of the status that we're in, the state of mind that we're in, the state of atmosphere that we're in, whether it's politically, socially, ethnically, financially, it doesn't even matter. You need to get out of that space, all right, and move into another space, because that entire space, it only brings destruction, poverty, and sickness, and mental disease. You feel me? So what I'm going to do is, and of course, this is only for entertainment purposes. You already know how it is. Once you start giving certain truths, then we know the deal. So I don't have to get into that. All right. I'm gonna go to a video on TikTok, and a brother made a video, and it got thousands of views, whatever the case is, and that's good, right? I'm not here to criticize the brother. That's not what I'm doing. When you know better, you're supposed to do better. Although the saying is actually, when you know better, you do better. But most people know better and they don't do better because they are comfortable where they're at. They think that change is too much of a hard thing to do. It's too much work. And people's mentality is, I rather deal with the evil that I know than deal with the evil that I don't know. My question to you is, why do you want to deal with evil, period? Whether it's the one you know or the ones that you don't know. Make the change. That's my point. So let's go into this video real quick. I know it's early. Some of you may be at work, so I'm starting early. You'll catch the recording. It is what it is. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Pay attention. As he go along, I'm going to make my commentary, okay? Share my screen. Share my screen. Here we go. Let me know what parts you actually are in, and I will give you a shout out. Let me see how this is not for a second. All right, so the volume. Let me make sure volume is good. Volume is good. All right, boom. Let me go ahead and share this.
I'm directing that question. Do you know what this executive order is? I'm directing that question to. This is why we need to have a.
Oh man.
This is
Okay.
why
Okay.
we
Okay.
need to have a.
All right. All right. I got to go back again, lineage. I got to go back again. For some reason, I'm not getting the video. Hold on. I got this. Bear with me, please. All right. Bear with me, please. I'm gonna get it together. All right. Cool. Because you see, a lot of people don't realize everything is trickery. They think that birthright citizenship is only going to affect people that wasn't born in the United States. No. Every so-called Black individual, African American, is a birthright citizen. Now, like, I'm only here to teach you the truth and give you the truth. Reason being, because you are a birthright citizen because of the birth certificate, aka birth certificate. You get it? So you are a birthright citizen because of the birth certificate. So don't think that's not going to affect you. Now, if you know the truth like I've been teaching you, and you know the steps to take, and do what you're supposed to because we are indigenous to this land, then the birthright citizen, it don't mean jack to us because we don't need that anyway. We don't need to be citizens of the corporation. So that's a good thing for us. You see, we have to realize and read between the lines, get the message. Like I told you before, this is the Jubilee. But if you're not careful and you don't know how to navigate through the Jubilee, you're going to find yourself right back into slavery and not be free. And that's why I'm here teaching you, teaching you, teaching you. And it's up to you to do what you want with the information. My ancestors always give me the tools to break these things down, man, to see through it. I feel like I'm Joseph and I could just interpret any dream. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, for real. I'm letting y'all know, don't play with the chief, man. Let me just share this screen and break this down, man, because I'm already getting hype, and it's not even 10 a.m. yet. But that's just me, though. I'm just hyped by nature. Here we go. All right.
I'm directing that question to all. Do you know what this executive order is? I'm directing that question to all of my. Do you know what this executive order is? I'm directing that question to. Do you know what this executive order is? I'm directing that question to all of my fellow Black Americans who voted for Trump, who said that Trump had your back. Do you know what this executive order is? The reason why I feel compelled to continue speaking to, you know, my people, my people who felt like they voted for him because that was the right decision is because it breaks my heart. Like it just breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that you allowed yourself to be fooled. It breaks my heart that you allowed yourself to buy into this idea that a man who has historically been against our community convince you that this one time he was going to be different. You let this man who has done things for decades, like prevent Black people from living in his properties, preventing Black people from having any sort of prominent positions in his companies, a man whose whole campaign was centered around anti-wokeness and getting rid of DEI, things that are code words for Black people. He said illegal immigrants are taking Black jobs because in his mind, the only jobs Black people should be qualified for are the same ones that are being given to undocumented immigrants. But y'all kept saying it was Kamala who did not have your back. Y'all kept saying it was the Democrats who did not have your back. What is this executive order? I'll break it down for you, okay? That executive action was signed by Lyndon B. Johnson. It says right here, and it is to establish requirements for non-discriminatory practices in hiring and employment on the part of the U.S. government contractors. This is literally an executive order that was signed in order to protect our rights in this country to work. This executive order was signed to hold the government accountable when it came to giving out federal jobs. They could not discriminate against people based off of the color of their skin or where they came from. Well, guess what? Your guy, Donald Trump, just rescinded this executive order today. That's 3 days in a row now. 3 days in a row since that man sworn in that he has gone after specifically African American programs.
All right, let's pause here for a second. My brothers and sisters, I respect the brother, all right, for putting that information out there. But what people are not realizing is this: in the midst of adversity, there is always room to grow and get stronger. And what the ancestors are doing, I'm giving you the message that they gave me. What the ancestors are doing is forcing you to step back into your birthright and inheritance as American Indians, the original people of this land. Because when you continue to be Black and African American, it's a curse. You are dead within law. You are dead in your own land. You feel me? So it may look and be perceived as Trump is doing that to hurt you And yes, that may be his purpose. I don't know his intentions, right? It may be his purpose. I don't know. But what he himself don't realize is that the ancestors they are using him to do these things so that our people could be forced to wake up. You see, everything is about perspective. But when you are vibrating on a higher frequency and you get the direct message from the higher realms, I'm telling you exactly what it means. Things are not always what it seems. Trump is the trump card, like I've been telling y'all since 2017. Trump represents the Jubilee, like I've been telling y'all since 2017. And in the Jubilee, the slaves, the people of the land, are supposed to be free. So now you have your freedom and you have a choice. You have a choice. Do you want to stay black, African American? If you think you're from Africa, then specifically say what part of Africa you're from. So you are not just black and African American, dead in sea or dead at law or dead on the land. I mean, shoot, make up a place from Africa you're from if you don't know. Call yourself a Nigerian. Call yourself a Ghanaian. Call yourself a Ethiopian. Whatever. The bottom line is, black and African American, you feel me, is not what it is. Whoever is telling me stay black, bro, you're about to get cut off from my life, bro, because y'all people are agents. We don't need that. So I'm going to cut you off. I hope it's a mistake that you made, because I want to be respectful, but I know the energies of your kind. You want my people to stay black. You want them to stay dead in law. So I don't even think that was an accident. You're getting blocked. You did? I don't play these games, man. I don't play these games. You see, that's exactly what it is. Everyone who wants you to keep black is an agent. And that's what they're doing. You see, I'm talking about this fool never been on any of my lives. The moment I say you want to stay black, huh, and explain and breaking this down, he comes on my life. Stay black, brother. Why you want me to stay black? I'm not black. I'm breaking this down to y'all, man. All right. Let me go ahead and share the screen again and let him finish up. Here we go.
Point to strip resources and social programs for our community. As a matter of fact, Elon Musk, his right-hand man, just talked about defunding the ACLU. The ACLU is an independent agency that is made specifically to defend the civil rights of people in this country. They want to defund it. So please, my fellow Blacks for Trump, because y'all have been, you know what I mean? Y'all been very eager to talk to me in DMs, but you don't get in my comment section. You guys have really been kind of quiet lately. Please hop up now and tell me what Trump is supposed to be doing for us. Please hop up now and tell me how Trump was a better decision for our community than Kamala Harris. I am so curious to hear what your explanations will be, because don't forget, y'all got to come back to this community. All that bootlicking, all of that, caping and fighting for Trump that you're doing, they don't want you around them. Y'all got to come back to our community. And just like Snoop Dogg, just like Nelly, just like all those people who are tap dancing for this man, we need explanations. And we're not going to just let you come on back like nothing happened. We need to know what inspired you to make the decision that you made. Because these are the results that we're getting right now. And we're only 3 days in. These are the results that we're getting. He is targeting civil rights. He is targeting social reforms for Black people.
All right. So this is the end right here of his video.
Donald Trump really better listen to that bishop.
Let me
he should honestly
hold on for a second.
Is it safe to talk about?
Anyway, that's it right here, right? Let me explain something to you guys again. We don't care about civil rights. We're not civilians. You see, people don't get this. I've already broke down who a civilian is years ago. Years and years and years ago. I told you who a civilian is. Civilian is a Roman term that meant someone who's versed in law and they are lawyers. That's a civilian. Okay? Obviously, our people are not versed in law, so they're not civilians because we are the ones going to jail the most. So Obviously, we are not civilians. I've already broken that down to you. You feel me? We are not, and we should not be part of the social structure of these foreign governments and foreign people. We should not be a part of that because we are the indigenous people of the land. So therefore, since black people don't exist, there is nothing in law that's going to benefit you. So like I said before, if you look at this from the perspective of what it really is and the message that our ancestors are sending to you, then you'll realize that Trump is actually doing you a favor, even if it looks like he's hurting you. Once again, I'm not saying that's his intentions, but I think there's a greater force that's pushing him without him even knowing subconsciously what he's doing, even if he think he's hurting us consciously. If that makes sense. Because I could have intentions to hurt you intentionally, and the things that I'm doing to hurt you, a higher power could use that thing so that it could take me in a better place, even if I don't know that's what's happening. So that's what's happening to Trump right now. And this is the reason why I'm explaining these things to y'all. Okay? These executive orders, all these things, it doesn't matter whether it was Trump, it doesn't matter whether it was Biden or Kamala, they are all pushing the narrative, and they're doing a job like everybody else. They are workers of the people who own the United States government. Anytime you have a birth certificate of any nation state, you are a birth citizen, because that we were not birthed, okay, in the physical flesh. We arrived in the physical flesh. Your mother did not give you birth in the physical form. You arrived in the physical form. She gave you birth in the spiritual realm. That is when the sperm and the egg, they met for the first time. That was your actual birth. And that's a spiritual birth. That's the immaculate conception, so to speak. You feel me? People think immaculate conception means, oh, well, it's without a man. No, that's not what it is. All immaculate conception means is the birth without physical intercourse. But on the spiritual realm, it takes the masculine and the feminine to procreate and create. So I apologize to those of you who think a woman, as what we know it today, could have a child by herself. That is just pure stupidity and ignorance. That has never happened anytime, anywhere, period. However, when we came out of our mothers, that's an arrival. And the government took your arrival and they created a birth certificate and they gave birth to a new baby, which is not actually you. So that's what the citizen is. So by default, you are a birthright citizen based on the birth certificate. So they could do anything with you. However, we are indigenous to this land. If you know what that means, then you'll realize that that birthright citizenship Trump is talking about is going to affect all so-called black people, all so-called African Americans, using all this undocumented supposed illegal aliens is just a smoke screen. But everything is going to work against you. Everything. And that's the ancestors forcing you to see what I've been teaching you since 2017, since 2016, since even going back all the way to 2012. That's the ancestors pushing and pushing, because why? My people are a stiff-necked people. And you will not read between the lines because you are caught up in distractions. But too late may be your cry. Too late may be your cry. You think these people don't know what they are doing? We are living in a spiritual paradigm, in a spiritual time, right? Where things are happening much faster. The energy, the vibration, it has sped it up. So things manifest a whole lot quicker. What that means for you is we could change our reality overnight, and it manifests in the flesh within weeks, within months, within a year or so. but it's really up to us. You are not being oppressed because of the color of your skin. You're being oppressed because of your status in the system. I'm going to repeat that. You are not being oppressed because of the color of your skin. You are being oppressed because of your status in the system, because black people don't exist. There's no black people on earth, period. You could go to Africa and pull up people and say, oh, well, chief, they look black. Yes, they look black, but they're not black. Nowhere on earth a place is called African American. It's an illusion, because nowhere on earth you could go anywhere and see a country that is called black on a map. Black is not a race. Black is not a people. White is not even a people. They are class system. And black means dead or slave or slavery. That's all it means. That's all it means. And white is freedman or sovereign. One have rights, one get privileges that can be taken away. Now, how long have I mean, I've been teaching y'all this for years, man. For years. And you still continue to live the same life. You still continue to be under this status that's not going to change anything for us. And you keep thinking it's because of the color of your skin. And the people who call themselves black, they are brown. Some of them are even light skinned, but they continue to call themselves black. I don't get it. They made you proud to be dead. So I appreciate the brother for doing the video, but you have to be on vibrating on a certain spiritual frequency to get the message, to see what this truly is about. Trump is actually doing us a favor. I'm not saying he's doing it once again. I'm not saying he's doing it intentionally, because he has the best interest of our people at heart. Because I don't care about these politicians. They are all working for the same corporation owner. And the corporation owner only goal is to keep slaves enslaved so that they could keep enriching themselves. That's why they gave you a book that told you, slave, obey your earthly masters as you would your God in heaven. Because they want you to be slaves, be in fear. So they give you all these rules and all these codes about how to be a good slave, and even having your children be slaves into perpetuity. But you really think that's a good, loving God that made that rule or that law, not realizing it's the actual devil who gave you that. Because your Lord God in the Bible is actually the devil. But how do I continue to tell my people the truth if they cannot hearken to my voice and hear the truth? You feel me? Listening and hearing is a skill. So most people hear things, or they listen, but they don't hear. They listen, it go in one ear, and it goes out the next ear because they did not get the message. My brothers and sisters, all of this, fiasco, all of this distraction, all of this stage play, these actors are putting on. We don't have to be a part of the script, my brothers and sisters. We don't have to be a part of the script. You feel me? We could create our own movie. We could be our own directors. We could be our own actors and bring the true story out. You think Trump don't know who we are? He knows. Since you are not waking up, is a typical example of the so-called Israelites in the Bible, because they were a stiff-necked people. Their Lord God was punishing them, was enslaving them, was giving them to other nations. You feel me? It's the same thing that's happening to our people here. Because you are not paying attention. You're not getting the message that I'm giving you, I'm bringing to you. Then you are back in Egypt, because all Egypt means is bondage. Egypt was never a literal place per se. Egypt has always been a concept. Okay, and Egypt means bondage. And in Egypt, there is Pharaoh. So Trump is the new Pharaoh. You feel me? However, Trump is also Joseph. It's a split personality. So he's in conflict within himself. So therefore, an external Joseph need to step up, all right, and step into Egypt and become a leader and rule with Pharaoh to free his people. I'm giving y'all the allegory of all of this. And this Joseph will not come in the form of one single man or one single woman. It's a collective. It could be one man, it could be one woman, but it could be a collective. I'm just one of them. I don't know about you. You have to know your purpose. You have to know what you came here for. The new Noah will come in many forms. The new Noah will not be just one man or one woman. I'm just one of them. The new Moses will not just be in the form of one man, in the form of one woman. I'm just one of them. And of course, these people were allegorically speaking. But this is the message for our reality, so to speak. So we could do the Exodus out of Egypt, which is bondage. But the Exodus is not a physical Exodus. It's an Exodus from within. You feel me? The United States Corporation is Egypt because all Egypt means is bondage. You did. We have to make the Exodus out of Egypt, out of bondage, out of the corporation, not being birthright citizens. Because you think you was born in the United States, you're good and you're safe? Well, I got some news for you. That is the rudest awakening you'll ever run into in your life. So the man is being used subliminally, whether he's aware of it or not, or he don't know, it doesn't make a difference. I'm giving you the true metaphysical and spiritual meaning of everything that's going on. You did. Because you have to be forced into going back into your birthright. You have to be forced to get back to Canaan. Again, all of this is allegory. Canada was the new Canaan. All right. So I'm done. I'm not going to make this video longer than 30 minutes. This is it. My brothers and sisters, hearken to my voice, man. Listen, hear me, take action. That's what this is about. We got to step up as the original people. We got to. We don't need everybody. We just need a handful of us to step up, step into Egypt, step into bondage and stand up and let Pharaoh know, let my people go. You dig? I'm giving y'all the allegory of all of this, man. What more can I do? What more do you want from me, huh? But I'm gonna keep giving it to you, though. I'm gonna keep giving it to you. Because this is real. This is our life. This is our livelihood. This is our birthright. This is our inheritance. I'll be doing a series of lives today. So just know this. I'm coming with the heat. Because I got more for y'all. Because every time I lay my head down, I'm asking my ancestors for clarification. Give it to me. Let me bring it to my people. They may not hear me, but still give it to me so I could give it to them. So here I am giving it to you. Okay? It is time for the Exodus. Not to leave our ancestral land, but the corporation that created you on paper. That's where the Exodus needs to be. And declare ourselves as the original people of the land. Period. Point blank. I love y'all. My email is in the link below. If you want to join us, our community, hit me up. Just put tribal in the subject and you'll be connected. I'm going to see y'all and talk to y'all soon. I got more coming.